Hey guys, welcome to my 112% speedrunning journey. Just quickly before we start and get into this, I would just like to give a huge thank you to all those that are watching this video, as this series is the very beginning for this YouTube channel. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you find anything that does not entertain you, please let me know in the comment section, as feedback helps me know how to make more entertaining videos. One last thing is that I'll be posting a YouTube short each week summarizing the episode of the week, so that if you can't be bothered to watch this whole video, please make sure to check that out, as it should come around 1 to 2 days after the extended video is made. So, despite the excitement of starting a new speedrunning category, I managed to make through King's Pass fine, collecting a bit of early game geo and picking up my first charm, Fury of the Fallen. The first half of the Forgotten Crossroads is fairly tame as well. I fail a menu drop, and succeed a menu drop but get hit, then continue to make a slow descent into the Cornifer room. I complete the Aspid Arena and unlock the Forgotten Crossroads stag. Now that's the bit I can summarize. What happens next is when things start to get a bit more intense. I attempted doing 1 HP False Knight and end up dying twice, so things are heating up a bit and things I need to practice are piling up more and more, as they inevitably would. After finally beating False Knight, I easily go through Ancestral Mound and enter Green Path. And this is when things start to get real spicy. Firstly, I attempt to do a fireball skip and miserably fail, but manage to do the backup squid skip. I then fight the most sketchiest Moss Knight I've ever done, kill Vengefly King, save innocent lives, open a stag station, beat Hornet and obtain the Mothwing Cloak, the first ability I get which allows me to dash and be super speedy. I save quit out of the game and find myself looking at a 15-minute Mothwing split, which I wasn't sure was good or bad for a first run. I drop down from Forgotten Crossroads into Fungal Wastes and kill the Shroomal Ogres for their Charm Notch and Geo. I attempt and fail the Explosion Pogo and get Mantis Claw, free a hostage and enter into the City of Tears. After I've entered into the City of Tears, something pretty pathetic happens. I die to one of those weird bouncy thingies like 10 seconds after I enter into the city. I know, it's pretty embarrassing, but I do manage to get a hit back on him, which is pretty impressive considering the amount of deadly potential that thing has. I basically then just cruise my way through the City of Tears, picking up my first relic on the scaffolding and selling it to Lem, who is almost as cool as Cornifer, but not quite. I then attempt to save a grub, but almost die, so I have to move on and get it later. But I then die literally in the same room, so obviously I need some practice. After that, I run into my boy Zote and enter the Soul Sanctum. Now, before we continue, I would just like to say that Hollow Knight is such a good game, and nobody should be able to diss it as it is just peak quality. But there is just one, only one, circumstance in which you can trash talk Hollow Knight, and that is when going through the Soul Sanctum. This place is where Team Cherry caught the Syndrome. The Syndrome, as I'm going to call it, is where game developers suddenly have a bright idea that they're going to add a place that nobody likes. Everybody hates it, nobody likes it, and they hate you because of it. Oh, and also, they decide to add items in hidden places in this place, so that if you miss it, which a new player inevitably will, you'll have to come back to this place. It's like the Mirror Temple in Celeste or raiding a bastion in Minecraft. It's something that is stressful and annoying when you just want to sit down and enjoy yourself. Anyways, after getting that out of the way, let's continue. Soul Sanctum was pretty stressful, like it always is, because of one reason. These pieces of crud. They make me want to scream and throw my PlayStation out a window. This is because they have a sole purpose. Get it? Soul? I'm hilarious. And that purpose is to get in your way. They teleport all around the place, and just as you think you're getting away from them, they teleport right in front of you. Great job, Team Terry. Real smart idea. Anyway, apart from those things that I will not mention any further, Soul Sanctum was fairly doable. Killing Soulmaster and obtaining Desolate Dive, saving more grubs, and picking up another Hellenist Seal, which I will later sell to Lem. I then run into Zote again, and pressing onto the city storerooms, where I end up dying attempting to get there because of trying to get the simple key and an enemy caught me off guard. AKA, I'm diabolical at Hollow Knight and should stop playing. But I get my shade back, obtain the simple key, and unlock the city storm stag. After finally getting through the City of Tears, I move on to the next section, and the last bit of the first segment. Crystal Peak. Although, I save a few grubs in Crossroads first. I then risk my life saving a grub in Crystal Peak, grab a King's Idol, and beat Crystal Guardian, resting at the bench it offers. Now, fighting Crystal Guardian and resting at its bench was not actually in this part of the route I've planned out. I had actually had to go somewhere, so I had to leave it there and finish it later. But once I came back to it, I didn't actually end up being able to finish the segment, because I got stuck on one singular room, more on that soon, and needed a break. So that was basically the end of that gaming session. But in my next episode of the series, I'll be trying to fully finish off this segment and start a new one. Anyway, back to this episode. To finish off the segment, I get Crystal Heart, save a grub, and die to some mashes. But then, I make my way to the last room, barring me from getting Descending Dark. And this is the horrid, dreaded Dark Room. I actually spent like 10 minutes trying to work this room out, but I'll just show you the last attempt before I quit, so you don't have to sit and watch in pain and suffering. Anyways, telling you now in the editing process, I can say that I have now done the Dark Room now, and I have triumphant and come out victorious. Thank you everyone who made it to the end of the video. The editing for this took a lot longer than expected, so I would just like to announce that the video of the week will not necessarily be me learning 112%, because of the time and effort I want to put into these series. This video was 1 hour worth of footage, which I managed to cut down to around 8 minutes, but please do let me know in the comment section below whether you would like to see the extended video of my learning, or whether you liked it cut down into a small video. But anyways, thank you so much for making it to the end, and of course, you can check out the summary of this video, and tell me whether you think I summarized well or not good enough. That's all I would like to say, and I can't wait to see you guys later on down the track. See ya!